Hey guys, this is Adam is Apple, and I'm showing you today how to build your own web browser in Xcode with no coding skills needed. So first thing you want to do is open Xcode. As long as you have OS X and Xcode installed, you should be able to do this. I don't think it matters what version you have, everyone should have the features needed. So what you're going to do is create a new Xcode project right here, and it should take you to this screen. So click on Application if it isn't already selected, and Cocoa Application. And you don't need to check any other boxes, and just select Choose. Now you can save this however you want, wherever you want. I'm going to call mine Internet Browser, and save it to my desktop just so it's easier to access. Then we're going to save that, and it should show up on the desktop if you chose to save it there. Now it'll take you to this screen, which has all your files. You don't need to worry about any of them except for this one. On your application right here that says Internet Browser, in my case, in your case it might be anything else, but it's because whatever you named it shows up here. So you're gonna right click that, and if you have an Apple made mouse, that's control click, and you're gonna add a new framework under existing frameworks. Now you're gonna go into this drop down menu and select frameworks. Now scroll to the bottom, and the second to the bottom right here is WebKit.framework. Double click that and it adds right here. Don't worry, you don't need to touch it. It's right there, and you don't need to even do anything to it. So now, double click mainmenu.xib, which is an interface builder file, and takes a minute to open. But this is where you're going to build your whole web browser. Everything you build is right here. Okay, now we have our interface builder open. Now, I have all these windows open. I'm going to close these and move this to the bottom for now, because the first thing we need to do is take this window and resize it to the size that you want it on your screen. I'll make it this size just because it's simple and pretty much full screen. So then you have your internet browser window, and you're going to go under Tools. You want to have Library and Inspector open. Now what these are, this one is to kind of edit the window and whatever is selected on your window. So you're going to select the window like this, and you can change the title bar. I can change it to just Internet, but I'll make it Internet Browser. Now these are your 3 buttons. Now if you don't want it to be resizable, which I recommend because the web view is not resizable, do that. I would definitely recommend that. Minimize and close you definitely want. Now to make it look a bit better, you're going to want to make it textured. If you don't want to do that, that's also okay. You can make it however you'd like. Now we're also going to go under Window Size, and you're going to do Use Current for all 3 of these. So then you cannot change the resize on the window. So it'll be all the same, and it'll start up right here how it is. Now we're just going to move this to the bottom for a second, and now you're going to add some more necessary things to run your web browser. So first thing you want is a web view, and you're just going to move that right here. We're just going to stretch it all the way, and you want to leave room at the top. Definitely want to leave room at the top. So that's done. You don't need to touch that for now. Now next thing you need to do is add a text box view. Maybe it's not a text box view. Oh, here. Text field is what you want, and you can put that wherever you want, but this is the bar that you type in the web address. and you want to type in right now http:// because if that's not there, it won't recognize it. Now you're going to control click or just right click and drag to your web view. And you're going to select take string URL from. Click on that, and there you go. Now when you type in a web address there, it'll show up on the web view. Now the next thing we're going to do is add some basic buttons. So I'll just search buttons. There. And we have all our buttons. You can pick whatever style you'd like. I am personally going to use round textured, just because it looks nice. And we can add a back button. You could just make an arrow if you'd like. I choose text right now. Actually, I'll also add an arrow. There. And you can resize them however you'd like, and you can place these wherever you want. Now I'm just going to copy and paste so all of my buttons are similar in size. Obviously that won't fit in that same text box. That's okay. Now we can also add, if you'd like, some other commands such as print, reload, stop loading, and we can also add quit. Even though you don't really need a quit button here, it's kind of just interesting, I guess. So there, you have all your basic buttons. Now they won't do anything right now if you actually build your application right now. So you're going to either control click or right click and drag one of your buttons. I'm doing the back button first, so I recommend you do that too. And you do go back. Click that. And do the same to the forward, but this time go forward. Do the same to the print, and this time do print. Do the same to reload, and reload. For the stop loading, we're going to select stop loading, and quit. We also actually need to do this. I'm just going to move this. You have to drag to application and select terminate. Now we'll drag our browser window back, and there you go. You got all of your buttons right there. Now the next thing you can do is edit the menu bar. Now here you have all your basic commands, and here's what I recommend, because you can't really edit the button, or you can't actually edit the about this application window without coding. So I just put the name of your application, and then version, and in this case it's probably 1.0. Now also, we're going to get rid of preferences and services. We can keep hide and show because they're already linked up. All these are already linked up to something. So we don't have to worry about. Under file though, we have new, open, close, save, revert to save, okay? So we can do this. We can do back, forward, print. Oh wait, we actually already have a print, so we're not going to need that. We can keep close, because that'll close your window, which can be very useful. Reload, and stop loading. Now we can get rid of these two, and I'm going to move this to the bottom. Great, now we're going to do this. You can obviously make your own commands. Double click this little command with the letter, and select your command by doing whatever you would do on your keyboard. So command forward arrow, reload command R, stop loading command S, and print is command P, close is command W. Now what we have to do here though is drag again with a right click or control click to web browser and select go back. For this, it will be go forward. For reload, we will select reload. And for stop loading, of course, we will select stop loading. Now all this edit, I'm not actually certain it'll work in your web browser, but you can keep it there, just if you want to. Format, font, and text I keep there. I don't know if it works, because I've actually never really tested that bit. And the view we can get rid of. And you can keep this. And we're going to get rid of zoom. And help, just delete, because we're not going to worry about that. Now, perfect, you have all of this. Now we're just going to quit and save. Now we're back here to your Xcode window. You're going to select build and run. And now this is actually building your internet browser and will actually show up in a second. Right after it builds. And here it comes. Now we can type in something like google.com. There we go, we have Google. I'm going to search Google. Again. Just so we can test out some more features. Back, it works. Forward, it works. Print, takes a second, definitely. But here we got our print. Reload, reloads, but you can't really tell. Stop loading, you can't tell, but does work. And quit actually works. So now what we're going to do, to actually find your application, right-click Internet Browser, or whatever you named it, .app, and reveal in Finder. Now I'm going to minimize this. Here's your Internet Browser application. Now do Command-C to copy it and paste it wherever you'd like. Now if you double-click it, it actually works. So if I drag and drop it into my applications, and there it is, Internet Browser, here you go. You can easily do this and share it on the internet. Post it as a download, people can download your web browser. It works great, and remember, you can always try different formats of your buttons. So you can move them around, do whatever you want to them. So, that's all. It's pretty simple, and after you do it once, it's very simple to do multiple times. I've made probably 10 of these, just for fun. Well, thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe.